Hey, this is Bryan and thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. So today, we are going to be doing a wheel stud conversion on my F30 335. So as you know, BMW and most European cars for that fact, tend to use bolts instead of traditional lug nuts on their cars. Now there's nothing really wrong with the bolt approach. I mean, a lot of European companies do it. BMW has been doing it for years. But what I want to do is I want to be able to quickly change my tires without having to line up that little hole. Again, it's nothing major, but it's just personal preference. And I want the option to have spacers. I know there's gonna be a lot of debate on that, but it is what it is. And with these studs, you have the ability to get different lengths depending on what your application is. If you're just going to be running your stock wheels, you get one size. If you want the option to put spacers on down the line, you also have that as well. And one of the ways that they account for that is they make the lug nuts hollow so that when you screw them on, the bolt can stick out the end, so you can have a variety of applications. Now before we go any further, we want to say a big thank you to Motorsport Hardware for sponsoring this video today and helping make this possible. Alright, so let's go over some of the tools that you're going to need for this, and what we'll do is we'll put a link in the description for all of these tools for easy access, in addition to the parts that we're showing today. First, you're going to need a way to get your old wheels off, so as you can see, I have the car safely jacked up. We can put some links to the jacks and the jack stands that we like to use. Next, you're going to need a way to get the lug bolts out. So you need a 17mm socket, and we like to use an electric impact gun. It's very portable, very easy. If you want to use a breaker bar or another method, you're more than welcome to do so. Now, one of the things that I really like about this kit is that the nuts that it comes with, they're still 17mm, so you don't have to change any of that. So if you have one of these, the Burger Motorsports with a protective sleeve, you can still continue to use that. Okay, so when we go to install this, you're going to see that there's a small threaded part, and that's actually what we're going to be threading into the hub. And then you have the actual lug. To make sure it's not gonna go anywhere, you need some medium strength thread locker. This is what we're going to be using today. Now the way that you screw these into the hub is you're going to need a 5mm Allen head, and it goes right into the end. You're also going to need a torque wrench because we need to torque it to 25 foot-pound torque. Okay, so at this point the car is safely on jack stands. I'm going to remove the wheel and all of the lug bolts, and then we'll start installing. All right, now while we're here, my hub looks pretty gross, so I'm just gonna take a little sandpaper and just clean it up a little bit. Next, what you wanna do is get a 5mm Allen socket and put it on a torque wrench and set the torque wrench to 25 foot-pound. Now you can take your thread locker, just put one drop on there, put this out of the way, and thread it in as far as you can by hand. All right, there we go. And just torque it down. Now, if you've never used a torque wrench before, what'll happen is it'll allow you to tighten, and then you'll hear a click. Once you hear that click, stop immediately because that's it. All right, so now we're going to put the rest of these four in. Again, take your thread locker, boop, just one drop. Okay, once you hear the click, you're good. Boop. 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 All right, and at this point, everything is installed and they look great. Now you may be wondering, once you put that thread locker on, can you ever get them off? The answer is yes. What you're going to need to do is you get two lug nuts, put one on part way, and then you put the other one on. And what they're going to do is they're going to lock together, and then you use the inner one to leverage it out. Because once it's in, you're not gonna be able to get it out with a standard Allen key. Also on that note, the double nut method is also another alternative. Instead of using the Allen key, you can put two nuts on, and then you can drive it in. All right, so once you have your wheel studs on, you can throw your wheel back on, and then the torque setting is 104 foot-pound. So let's see how easy this got. Oh, that was amazing. The other cool thing about these lug nuts is they're extended and they have a little grip on the end, so you can spin them on before you use your torque wrench or before you use an impact gun. Now, if you are going to be tightening these with an impact gun, always use a torque limiting torque stick. And what this does is it limits the torque that's going to go to your lug nut. If you're using power tools, it's always a good idea to go back over them and hand torque them to 104 foot-pound. All right, and there you have it. And as you can see, we have plenty of room for spacers if we want to add them down the line. All right, so right now everything is complete on this wheel. I'm just gonna go do the same exact thing for the other 3 wheels and make sure I tighten everything down. So one of the things I really like about Motorsport hardware is they give you everything that you need. If you go online, a lot of times companies will want you to buy just one wheel, but they sell a full package, so you get enough lug studs for everything. They give you some stickers and some keychains and some other pretty cool stuff in here. Then they give you this nice box that has all of the lug nuts. All right, and once you're all done, you can neatly store all of your lug bolts in the box they provide. Again, this is Brian. Thanks so much for watching Kies Motorsports. As always, be sure to give us a nice thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you are interested in motorsports hardware, whether it's this kit or other products that they offer, be sure to check out the link in the description to check them out. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and kiesmotorsports.com. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below and we'll be happy to help you out. Again, this is Brian. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. So here's a fun fact. Fast orange freezes. Ooh.